Hey everyone, welcome to another session with me. I am Sanyukta Saxena and we have already started with our bookmark special series, right? And this is the first bookmark that we drew, right? And today is the second session and I'm going to further this journey and add one more bookmark today to this collection that we will be having at the end of this journey, yeah? So just pick up your O2, the normal black pen, O1 or O2, and we'll first start tangling and then we'll see how do we want to ornament it or decorate it, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a muka like this, right? But there is also a tangle called Aura Lee, right, which goes like this. You draw a stem and then you start somewhere in the center adding auras like these, and the auras seem like folded on the stem, right, like this, right? So this is a tangle called Aura Lee, right? So this tangle is by Carla Dupreez, yeah, and it is called Aura Lee and it looks like this. And I'm not using this tangle here, but I am using it on my muka, right? So what I'm going to do is draw a simple muka and then draw these kind of auras on my muka, just like a leaf. I'm going to build on the aura over my muka, and that's how this tangle comes into picture. Yeah, again I'm going to add one more. So let's see how do we want to do that. Probably go from this side, come back, and then again start that same process, right? So extending or tangulating or combining tangles, whatever you want to call it, just a thought that came to my mind, and I thought why not try this tangle with mocha. Yeah, so again I'm going to extend it. So this is the normal mocha pot, and then add a small hump on one side, another side, and then just keep auraing. Just that trace a part of the line before you start the aura and when you end the aura. So the auras look like kind of curled up, right? So that's the beauty of this leaf like tangle, Aura Lee by African CZT, right? So this is done. So I'm going to now add one more tangle which is called Poke Lily by Eva Wu. How do we draw this? So I'm going to draw an S, something like this, like a tangle called Tammy Solo or something like a poke root head, just that I have curled it up a little and brought it down, and then I'm going to extend it like this and add an inverted U, right? So it looks like a bud. Again I'm going to show it to you. Go up, come down, extend this and this down and add a nice bud here, right? So it's called Poke Lily by Eva Wu, a beautiful looking tangle, a delicate tangle. Again I'm going to extend my mochas and auralis, just drawing randomly whatever I feel like, whichever way I feel like. Make sure you give that effort to curling up the leaves. So trace a part of the line before you start drawing the leaf, so it looks like a bit curled up like this. Yeah, again going up like this, starting again. Take your time. Use the line, the mocha line, to roll up the leaf. Like this. Again going to go up. Right. Now in between spaces I am going to use for this another tangle that I mentioned, poke lily, right? So let's see how do we want to go about doing that. Right, so you can just randomly start to draw. Or you can just plan where do you want to place it. And I'm also going to add some Rixty there. Rixty is a Zentangle original, right? So going to weave in these two tangles together. Rixty is very simple to draw, two lines just like poke root, two of poke leaves. Close the head and then added this V shape on the two corners and then added an aura. That's the tangle Rixty. Yeah. So again we will add some of these poke lilies, really delicate looking tangle. I love the movement of the hand when I draw it, right? Again you can add some Rixties or you can add some tipple, whatever you feel like. Weave it in between, yeah. Take your time. So let's see, let's add one more. Yeah, again I'm going to add the Rixties. Yeah. Again go ahead with my orali and the mocha together. Take your time. It's pure curved lines, nothing else. Just add a little curve as you end them. Another one. Right? So just enjoy the process. Take one stroke at a time. Don't worry about the end result. Just follow the sequence that I'm following. Just adding curvy auras on both sides of my mocha. A slight curve as I start the line. A slight curve as I end the line. And you create this beautiful looking mochas. Yeah. A combination of two tangles adding to each other, creating a nice tangulation or probably a new tangle together. Yeah. So just enjoy the process. And the last one probably going there. So done with drawing those beautiful mochas, and then going back to my second tangle, right? Wherever I feel like, I'm just going to roll it. Beautiful looking tangle, small little buds. Just enjoy drawing it. Roll it, come back, bring it down and add a small little bud. Roll it, come down, add a small little bud, and then whatever you feel like, add some rixties as a nice filler. You can also use stipple if you feel like, whatever you feel like. Right, so take your time and do that exercise. So randomly just insert these two tangles wherever you feel like. If you are drawing along with me, you can also choose some other tangle if you feel like. I used stipple as a filler in the previous one. You can always repeat it. You can use something else, that's fine. Right, again can use Rixty here. It will also be a nice idea to fill in few places, add inking, right? So we'll see if we want to do that and where do we want to do that. Right, let us first add a few more of this beautiful tangle. Yeah. Yeah, I think now we'll add a little more Rixty here and there. Fill up few places, add some tipple here and there, and then we'll see what else. Yeah, so small little spaces, always a good idea to fill it up. Right, little bigger spaces, add some tipple. For example, here you can add a nice tipple. You can squeeze in some Rixties here. You can fill in this small little space. Yeah. So just add some here again. It's a good idea to fill in small spaces. So decide on your own will, where do you want to add some more tangles, where do you want to fill it completely. Right, so but inking always looks nice, so just make sure you have small inked portions in between. They will add to the look of your piece. Yeah, so very small little spaces, good idea to ink like these. Yeah, here also you can ink. So I'll just see, go around and do that exercise slowly. Evaluate each space, either ink it or add some tipples there, and then get back to you. Yeah. 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 So So I'm almost done with that exercise of filling in the small little spaces either with tipple or adding one or two more XTs or inking the space, whatever you feel like, whichever way you feel like doing it. Yeah, so make sure that those small tiny spaces in between the tangles are either inked or they have a tipple there, or you have some more XTs there, right? So do that exercise, take that time, find those tiny spaces which when inked will add to the look of your, adding a little weight on one side of the line of the mocha. I'll probably do that for all, as I think it will add, right? So adding a little weight there, retracing the line, making it a little more bold on one side, any one side, right? So once we are done with that, now let us add some colors. So what I'm going to do here is pick up my glitter pen. So this is somewhat like a gray metallic or a black metallic. Let's see. Yeah, looks like this. So I'm going to add it in my orally, and then I'm going to also add gold or copper in between. Yeah, so let's see. So I have this copper with me, which we used yesterday also. You can also use gold, or you can use greens, whatever you feel like. Right, so I'm going to do it like this. If you want, you can give a touch of green also, right? So it's just up to you. We have two spaces here, so if you want that it should have a touch of green because it is a leaf, you can give that also, right? So let's see how do we want to go about doing it. Let's change two colors now. So let's see if we want to add green in the next one. So these metallic colors have a nice shimmer to them. You can also use gouache. They also have beautiful metallic shades, but just as I mentioned, I'm not that comfortable with brush. I'm not a painter, right? So I'm just using what I'm more comfortable with, and Sakura has lovely products which Zentangle headquarters highly recommends. So why not use them and enjoy? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead like this. So take your time. There is no hurry. You can also leave a few just like that and we can shade it differently. Yeah, so just leave a few of the leaves empty also, because orally is a tangle which also can be shaded beautifully, and we shall see that, right? So it can be beautifully shaded high and low, so might as well leave a few without colors. Yeah, So you can also use gold if you want, right? So let's see if we can use gold here. I think copper is looking better, so we'll stick to copper. Right, so be patient, take your time and do that bit for your tangles. Ink them, color them, a little touch of green there, not bad, yeah. So give me some time and I shall do that exercise. You can see the shine it has, right? Looks really decked up. Take your time. Do that exercise for all. Yeah. Right, so we are done with that exercise. Now the next thing is I am again going to pick up my copper and add a little copper to these small buds of my poke lilies. Yeah, just a little zen there, some shimmer. Yeah, I think we are done with that. Yeah, so give it 2 minutes to dry. Now I have a very basic color panel here, so if you want you can use your color panel, or if you have these watercolor pencils handy then you can use them also. It is up to you, right? So I'm going to be using the watercolor pencils that I have, so they are easier to use. So I'm just going to add some watercolor pencil at the edges of my bud, and then use my brush pen and just blur it a little, and that sorts my purpose. Yeah, so you can go a little darker at the edges and then just blend it, and nothing else required. It looks very nice. So I'm using this pencil color. This is Staedtler, right? I use this pretty often. Those of you who follow me. So I don't have a very big panel with me, so I use watercolor pencils more often. I just have the basic color panel. So if you have a detailed one, good, go ahead, use that. Or you can use the watercolor pencils. They are easy to use, especially for people like me who are not very comfortable with brushes, right? Just gives a nice shadow effect. Just add it at the edges and then blend it. Yeah. So you can add 1 or 2 more colors. For example, I also have some oranges here, so I'll add some orange also. Yeah. So take your time and with whatever you have, use that to create that effect. If you have a panel, you can do with that also. Yeah. I'm done with that. Next I'm going to pick up my shading pencil and shade, right? So it is up to you. If you want to shade these also, you can. A better idea to shade these would be to use your brush pen. Yeah, So if you have a grey brush pen, a very light grey like I used yesterday, it would be a nice idea to just touch it here. It will add that shadow in a much easier way. Yeah. Or you can rub your pencil there, whatever you feel like, whichever way you are comfortable. Yeah. So on these colored section, probably I'll just use the brush pen. If you have a darker pencil, please go ahead and use that. Yeah. Like this. I am darkening on the side where I have used the bolder line, where I make the line bolder. That is where I am darkening. So this side, again a touch on the mocha. Now we are going to the pencil shading part. Yeah. So just darken one side. The side where you made the lines bolder. Here we didn't, I think. So you can always use, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Again blend it. So those which I have not shaded, I am just adding some thick graphite on one side and I'll just highlight the other side, so it will give a nice high and low effect. And I am going to the pots and adding some graphite there also. The mocha pots. Right. So now let us add a nice background shade. So it is up to you what do you want to add in the background. So it will be a nice idea to use some gold there. Some bit of shading can also be done here to highlight your buds. Yeah. So just add a little touch of graphite there on your buds. Little bit of inking left there. Just blend it. Yeah, I think we are done. Right. So So as far as the background is concerned, again I like the purple shade. You can either use that shade or you can use any other jelly roll, right? So let's see, what do we want to do. If you want really to give an ornamented look, it will be nice idea to add some copper. Yeah, so let's see. I will first use my brown pen or your burgundy pen and add some big printums like these in the background, big ones. Take your time. Insert them in whatever little spaces are left. You can also use your black pen or your burgundy pen, whatever is readily available with you. That's fine. All looks well as far as Zentangle is concerned. Although Zentangle does use the best of the stationery, but the beauty of tangles is that they look nice no matter what. Right? And this I'm talking from my personal experience. When I have drawn something, when I'm sick, I'm in my worst of moods, still what comes out looks so nice. It refreshes you, makes you feel so good. Wow, I created that. Yeah. So just enjoy. Don't worry too much about the stationery. With whatever you have. And those of you know who follow me, they have been following me for quite some time now, so they know I generally don't use colors. Not that I don't like them, but I find it easier to work without colors. Right? It's simpler. So I'm just going to finish it. So once we are done with that, I will just pick up my copper color that we have already used before, and then probably add some copper here and there. In between my printums. To add that extra zen. Yeah. Take your time. Not every place, but yes, adding a line in between the lines of my printums with my copper. Before I add a little bit of shade there. Yeah. Take your time. So done with that, added some copper in the printums that we had drawn. Now the last thing that I'm going to do here is use my brush pen again, or you can use your pencil, and just add a little kind of shadow around my centerpiece that I have drawn. So this is again a grey brush pen, and instead of using my pencil, I'm just adding a little bit of darkness around my main design or main drawing that we did on the bookmark. Yeah, so you can very well do that with your pencil. Just that we have colors in the background, so brush pen will be a little more easy to handle rather than rubbing your pencil on jelly roll. That's the only plus point. But you can very well use your pencil also. Redo lines at places you feel they have gone blur or the jelly roll has washed it off. Yeah, that's about it. So let's close it here. So I'm now going to put my chop here, right, and sign and date it. Right, so I shall see you again with another new bookmark idea. Keep watching the series, do subscribe to my channel, and I shall meet you again. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.